everyone, Jen Daly here from Jennifer Daly Counseling and Associates. Just coming to you with a quick video post because I got a question asked this morning of me from a friend of mine who I actually used to babysit for their kids many years ago. But they asked, how do I find somebody who does what you do where I live? So what they really mean is, how do I find somebody who's cognitive behavioral therapy focused therapist who gets kids, who specializes in kids, who understands what it means to have a kid-friendly office, and has the training and expertise needed to work with a wide variety of children and adolescents. And so I thought I would take a moment and just kind of tell you guys how I refer my friends so that you know how to do that for yourself, no matter where you are in the country or whether or not you live in the Berkshires and you just can't work with me because we're friends or something like that. So first things first, there are a couple of buzzwords that I always want you to look for. Is it somebody who is trained in cognitive behavioral therapy? That is a good sign. It means that they understand pragmatic solutions. They offer strategies. They usually tend to work with families. It's usually very process-oriented, looking at what is the real problem that's causing this kid the distress that they're experiencing, and how do we come up with interesting, creative solutions that are going to work for your kid. The next kind of buzzword I want you to look for is family systems theory. That means they understand that your kid is a kid, and they've got parents, and they've got school systems, and they've got religious institutions and sports teams and all of those things that impact their daily life, most of which they have very little control over. So a family systems model really looks at all of the resources a kid has and then mobilizes all of those resources to really support a child to make progress. There are a couple of buzzwords I want you to stay away from when looking for somebody working with your child. An early adolescent, it's kind of okay with some older adolescents, but really if you're talking about anybody under the age of 15, I want you to stay away from people who talk about being psychodynamically trained or psychoanalytically trained. That is more traditional talk therapy, where you're really examining thoughts and feelings. And, the experience I get is when you ask an anxious kid, well, how did they make you feel? They're going to say that they feel anxious because that's what they need help with. So if they're a kid who has anger problems, they need help with their anger. Why do you have to keep asking them how that made them feel? It made them feel angry. So they need to figure out what more underneath that in a more concrete, solution-oriented way. Cognitive behavioral therapy usually does that. There's a time and place for psychoanalysis and psychodynamic therapies. I just don't believe that it is appropriate for children and adolescents. So it's okay if somebody's trained in that if they also have additional training in working specifically with children and adolescents. And a good buzzword to look for is cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or dialectical and behavioral therapy, that's DBT. Not many people are formally trained in DBT, but they know how to do DBT skills. Lastly, I want you to know, parents, that the most important outcome in your child's therapy process is the rightness of fit that they have with their therapist. So if your kid doesn't feel like their therapist is their person, that they get them on a deep level and rather quickly, that's not going to be successful therapy. It just doesn't work that way. Research shows over and over and over again that rightness of fit is the most important indicator of successful therapy. So interview your child's therapist. Demand to meet with your child's potential therapist one-on-one without bringing your child there. Any therapist worth their salt will welcome that because they know that rightness of fit is what leads them to do their best work also. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yeah, when you go to that therapist office, make sure it's a kid's office. I'm going to show you a little bit here of my office. Right, I've got a playful couch. There's a sand tray there in the back over my shoulder there. I've got games. I've got a million little fidgets and things like that. They're just not in the shot right now. But your office for your child's therapist should be a place that is very clearly and very obviously designed for children. It should not have the beige couches and the fern and the little Zen fountain thing. That's not a space for children. That's a space for nervous and anxious adults who need a soothing, calm place. Kids need places where they can feel like I can relax because this is a kid's space. I don't have to worry about anything in here. This is a place where I'm supposed to be. So if you have any questions, you can find me at jenniferdalycounseling.com. You can find me on Facebook under Jennifer Daly. I think it's LCSW because I started that in New York. Or you can email me at jenniferdalycounseling@gmail.com. Okay, good luck to you. Hope this helps. Have a good day.